known players. Don't know how well Blaze and Knees were playing today. Maybe they had an off day, or maybe they were on, and Seven and Ra1n are just about it. Mounir instantly going over to the wall. I'm not really sure exactly what that movement was. Maybe he was just baiting the team.
So that's something that TK pointed out, and then I kind of saw as well, was like Mounir kind of jumps a lot on gauntlets, and he kind of holds onto the stage. He puts himself off stage in a lot of weird spots, and it's kind of been the downfall of certain games in the previous sets we've watched. But right now, the red team getting kind of lapped in the damage. Seven's getting a lot of damage here on the cannon. He's throwing out those signatures. Ra1n didn't have a weapon to beat the cross up right now, but the game, yeah, okay, cool. Finds the KO there.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 30-second KO getting into this one. Mounir looking to set something up, but again, he's back over to the corner. Beautiful pickup from Mounir after the side signature from Acno. That started off with Mounir attacking Seven, then Ra1n was coming in to punish that attack from Mounir, and then Acno came in to counter punish, and they turned it into a stock because of the follow-up from Mounir.
Okay, Seven getting away with it again. Enlight, he side-airs back to the stage. Enlight side-airs back to the stage. He hits 3 of them before they finally stop getting hit by it. The red team getting kind of beat up by this cannon right now, but we find the stock getting taken on the side of Mounir right now. Seven, the stock tank of the blue team, the only one on his first stock still able to pick up a pair of gauntlets. Yeah,
Seven is pretty healthy right now. If he takes another neutral signature closer to the edge of the stage, he might have to worry a little bit. A little bit of team damage coming out there too. Acno's not able to pick up off of the neutral air pass from Mounir, so they're still unable to find the stock on a Seven. Now they're able to get it from the middle of the stage, but both members of the red are in the orange now. Oh, just barely whiffing that GC side signature from Acno. That's unfortunate. That was a great serve up from Mounir's GC D-Light, and then here's the recovery coming out from Acno to add a little bit more damage onto the Seven stock. Now they're going to be looking at Ra1n if they're looking in terms of KO potential. Mounir gets taken out. Acno's going to grab the weapon on the left. Does he retreat to the wall? No, it's just the corner. No one's really pressing him.
Yeah, maybe everyone kind of feeling the fear from his Diana, but on the Devilton, you definitely can approach him in the corner in those spots. Not so cheesy of signatures. The sider comes in, nice ground pound interruption. Acno's able to find that stock on to Seven, but Seven, one more stock. Sidelight sends Ra1n off stage. No resources, though, with that dodge up, and he immediately fast falls. He knows Seven's going to need him if he wants to hold on to the stock. They don't get a 2v1 combo. That's big. They get a bit of damage, though. I kind of jinxed it a little bit. But Ra1n getting the reversal with the recovery. That finds the stock onto Acno. Mounir now, the one that's forced to stay on the side of the stage. But he gets back with an Enlight, and Acno gets right back onto his business with his bow.
They needed to get that stock off of Acno, but they just put out like 50 to 60 damage onto Seven in that entire 2v1 team combo in that moment. The bounce off the soft platform, not enough, but one more KO move is going to do it. Acno came with the D-Sig, just barely missing. This time searching high with a neutral signature, but Ra1n was just a little bit too high above it. Sidelight in the recovery from Mounir, looking for the juggle opportunity. The second recovery just barely misses. Exhausted, doesn't have enough to move up.
Yeah, and this should be a clean game for them as we get an air onto Ra1n. The weapon toss as well, and the red team now honing in. D-Light into side air. That finds the KO. And Mounir and Acno look very, very solid here. The double gauntlets, but also the battle boots for Mounir is something I want to point out. 517 damage, and I believe a good portion of that off the back of the battle boots. I completely lied. 75 damage on the battle boots. It's actually 418 on the gauntlets.
And it's like basically that right there.
Yeah,
like,
that's, you know what?
And like one more play is mostly what he did on the boots compared to the rest of it being on gauntlets.
And now the battle boots players are like, see, PJ saw him hit 50 moves, but he only did 78 damage. The weapon doesn't do a lot of damage. I give it up. But yeah, it did 75 damage out on the battle boots, so it wasn't a lot of damage, but a lot of light attacks getting hit for Acno, and yeah, that side air off the side was very important.
There was the beautiful pickup, the side air, no chase needed afterwards, and they wrapped that one up, and that was off of a pretty big start for Seven and Ra1n. For a while there in the beginning of that set, again, it was just game one, but the how confident you were about Seven and Ra1n and the way that game started, I was like, ooh, yikes, this might be a tough one for Acno and Mounir. I don't know if they got it in him. Are we going to see the Taro swap from Mounir? But he doesn't need to. They won last game, even though it was pretty close in the end. The damage was close across the board as well. He's going to stick with this. I mean, we saw he was focused on gauntlets, so it all makes sense why he's loving this Tesca right now.
Unfortunately, Seven and Ra1n, the last time they were on the mainstream as well, a similar spot. They start off really good in the first game, in the first stock, throw the lead away, and then the other team's able to completely close it out. And they were also on the blue team, maybe the red team conspiracy. Once again, the side 6 ends off stage, though. Seven having to recover back onto the wall. Side light there, D-Light into side air, into recovery. Doesn't KO off the top, but it gets real close to doing so.
So this team of Ra1n and 7DLA, they're hoping they can push past that 7th place finish that they've been cursed with for the past like 3 of the 4 majors that they've entered. There's going to be the first stock gone from Mounir. They're going to take the first stock this game and the second stock this game. It's going to be a double KO now coming out from Ra1n.
What a mix.
It's going to be a GC side sig. Picked him up after jumping off of the soft platform, picked him up high, got that stock there. Acno, it almost looked like he was about to go in with a ground pound onto Mounir, but it was actually Seven that sent Mounir down there rather than the other way around. So Acno couldn't find the stock right away, but he was able to get it after. Big edge guard potential here. Almost the perfect pass into the signature from Mounir.
Seven chase dodge up into the downer, devious intentions, but instead the red team immediately flip it there. GC signature actually gives him a chase dodge back up. Mounir capitalizes though. He's able to find a recovery to exclamation point that Enlight into down signature that time, and that's a weapon toss. Mounir loses the stock and the downer comes in as well. Acno loses the stock as well. Immediately fast falls, tries to get KO'd as fast as possible to help his teammate right now because the blue team are running away with this game.
Yeah, they have a massive lead. A great pickup might have happened just there. They still got a little bit of team damage on it, but they weren't able to turn it into a two major combo. Acno's actually passing Mounir back to the blue team a lot, and they're following up off of Acno really well. There's a sidelight. The second blast hits two. Oh, what's happening here? Oh,
okay.
We're catching back up, I think. Are we catching back up, or? I think we're back. Okay. I think we're back in current state of the game. We'll see if this one is going to count or not, or how that is going to work. I'll let production tell me in my ear. But yeah, there was before all of that nonsense happened, 7DLA and Ra1n were in a massively ahead spot compared to Acno and Mounir. They were like basically up a full stock before everything imploded. So they were on a great trajectory to win that game, even more confidently than we might have expected in the beginning of the previous game.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. So much happened on the screen. It's just like the zoomer in me, just too much stimuli, and I just like break. Like
it overwrote everything else that was in your brain that you were thinking about.
Yeah, I was thinking of so many things. I promise. Like I promise, I'm not just like
mental stack obliterated because of all the stimuli that just happened.
Yeah, that's why I can't play like there's certain games I can't play because I'm just like, dude, it's too much going on. It's like I can't formulate thoughts. Like, could you imagine if you had to play a chess game and people just started popping confetti poppers at you?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the grandmasters still be able to do it. I would drop 500 elo very fast. So.
If you were playing chess and there were like hit markers and like AOE showings and like when we took a piece it was like plus 400 points and then there were
the flashbang dance.
There were knockout strats. They throw a boogie bomb into the middle of the field or something. I don't really know. That'd be crazy. That's why chess honestly not that hard of a game.
If you think about it, all you have to do is just play the game.
Like everybody's quiet. No one's really even talking. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Easy game, honestly, would never say that about Brawlhalla. A much more difficult game. If you gave me 100 years, I could do better against Kasparov than if you gave Kasparov 100 years of Brawlhalla.
Yeah, he would not handle the Vrax. He'd be like 9 decks is broken.
Yeah.
That's what he would come out on top with that. And Deep Blue, I mean, come on, be serious. How do you lose to a machine? They don't even have brains.
Yeah. It's just a computer, man. It's just like switches flipping in there.
You lose to a CPU in a fighting game, people will look at you weird. You're like, oh, you haven't graduated to pass the CPUs. Chess grandmasters lose to PCs all the time. They're like, dang.
I mean, it was like when Machete lost the stock to Godly's bot. Like, no one has forgotten about that moment. And it doesn't matter how good Machete does, or now known as Ice, on screen, because everyone will always remember the time he lost the stock to Godly's bot.
Yeah, and then Magnus Carlsen loses to a treadmill and no one talks about it. And it's like, we have to be, the level, the playing field is not the same.
Yeah.
The narrative is not the same.
Brawlhalla players are under so much more scrutiny than professional chess players.
Yeah,
it's
I've never even
crazy.
heard of chess grandmasters being judged for anything. So I don't know. Who knows, really?
They just live in a world without consequences, and that is not our world. We live in a world with consequences.
I bet their casters don't talk about like stuff like this too. So
I don't know. They might.
They might.
I don't watch chess because it's so boring.
It's crazy, dude. The engine tells the casters what should happen next.
That's crazy, dude. They straight up have cheats.
There's arrows. There's arrows on the screen that are like, oh, he should play knight to this spot, and I'm like,
being
what?
a chess commentator is so easy. It's so easy. I don't even know you have to be good at chess to do chess commentary. It tells you everything.
They could just put a text-to-speech on Stockfish, and it would be a better caster than.
That's so messed up.
Yeah.
How did this devolve? People are going to get mad.
This is why they don't give us blocks together. Yeah. This is why it never happens.
Yeah, well, we're not talking over any games. You're not missing any content, everyone, right now. I don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe you can flick your eyes over into your other tab and see what's going on over on twitch.tv/pro Brawlhalla.
Nothing's happening over there.
Nothing's happening on Pro Brawlhalla.
It's going to be a break till South America. So for those of you at home, let's do a shout out to BCX, which is coming around the corner here. We got a LAN coming up. It's the celebration of Brawlhalla, brawlhalla.com/BCX. Make sure to check that. Looks really cool with the Thor there as well. November 21st to the 23rd, $200,000 price pool. I believe that's split between the two game modes equally, as well as the sponsored events, the community events coming up in October that will happen. I believe there's one more in September coming up next weekend. We got SEA Showdown if you're up late, but we got October, Subwaldo, Duskfall Rebellion, Frostbite 17, and Fright Fest.
Yeah, dude, shout out to SSL. Subwaldo number 87. Y'all mentioned that earlier, but they've really been at it for a very long time, consistently putting out great tournaments like that. We are going to replay from the moment where everything imploded. So the first part of this game is going to be them getting to that point, and then we will actually commence the game. I believe it was like Acno and Mounir fresh on final, and then Ra1n and 7 in yellow on second, but I could be remembering wrong after just everything happened, and it sort of wiped the memory.
The animations are happening again. I'm losing it. No, I'm just kidding. We go back to 2 songs of peace, I believe, for the blue team as well as the red team. So yeah, we're going to see a little bit of damage here. So they're building up off of the memory here. Yeah. Good for them. Sportsmanship, I suppose. You know, of course. Yeah. You could choose not to be a sportsman, too, if you want to win. Like, that's also an option.
Mode. Honestly, if someone did that, they would get hated, but I'd be like, beast mode.
Can respect that. But yeah, so yeah, fresh stocks there. And 7's like, I'm not giving you that downside.
Good. Based on the way Ra1n was moving, yeah.
Okay, we get into into this next game.
The game is starting now. Ra1n and 7DLA in red on second stock. Acno and Mounir could even this up very quickly. Nice turnaround side air. Mounir is setting up for the edge guard. No, he actually moved back on the main stage because they wanted to do the 2v1 against 7, which was successful. They got the stock, and then now that would give them another 2v1 against Ra1n.
Ra1n holding onto the stock there. The side light comes in for Mounir. Another side air as well. 7 getting sent off stage, and Ra1n landing back down with the end light. Both Acno and Ra1n whiffing a little bit there, but that's a 2v1 combo into the recovery, almost enough. And the lead that Ra1n and 7 had has faltered once again. Mounir, GC down recovery. He catches 7, trying to run away from his problems, but the problems chase him. He haunts him in his dreams, and that's going to be the stock taken. The blue team now relying on Ra1n to clutch this out, but Mounir and Acno steal a game away again.
Ra1n's going to do his best so far. He has a little bit of safe zone here over on that soft platform. Acno pushed over. He took a spear nair, but didn't get caught by the gravity cancel neutral signature after the big play that Ra1n was looking for, potentially to get a take off the top. There's the down air, and he immediately turns to Mounir because he knows Mounir is going to run in if he tries to focus solely on Acno.
Mammoth coming out there to make an appearance, but it's too little too late. GC downlight, ground pound taps in that win. We go over into game number 3, 2-0 lead for Mounir and Acno.
It's crazy that 7DLA did 0 damage. Obviously, it was a truncated game, but even in that time, 7DLA technically did no damage. He just got destroyed. He didn't get 2 stocks to start. He was red. He was very red, so don't get me wrong. But he started that and did no damage the rest of the time. There's the neutral air. There's the recovery that just barely missed. Yeah. And then Mounir went up and got him off the top after that one. There's the weapon toss down. He immediately is ready for the GC light into the ground pound the other direction. Mounir fantastic on the edge here, and they're going to take that game.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, that's a very classic scenario where they talk a lot about like delays that happen in different sporting events. Like we saw a lightning delay to start the NFL season, and they talk about who benefits from a momentum break in that way. And it seems like Mounir and Acno, just players always in motion, were able to build the momentum very quickly off of the reset and immediately won the game.
If I was Acno and Mounir in that moment, I feel like I would feel better about that, regardless of winning or losing. I think that's somewhat irrelevant unless you're getting just completely stomped by your opponent. But if I was Acno and Mounir, I would think that would almost always benefit the more experienced team, especially if there's such a big discrepancy in experience. Maybe if you're a little bit more experienced, it might not make that big of a difference. But specifically here, Ra1n and 7DLA compared to Acno and Mounir, who have been through some of the hardest tribulations that Brawlhalla could possibly offer you, I would always give that to Acno and Mounir in this case.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point. They always that's like a common like caster cliche where it's like, oh, they're a second half team, right? And that always goes to the favor of the team, like you were saying, is more solid mentally, you know, a better locker room environment, if you will. And that's going to be them definitely having that rapport and the strength to be able to do that. Yeah,
it's definitely tough to do. Before we're waiting to get into this next one, no one has actually selected a legend yet. Mounir and Acno are up 2-0. We did see Mounir swap to the Taros previously. I don't think that's going to happen this set, but just kind of giving some information about what happened previously in case y'all at home didn't see it while we're just kind of waiting on this game to start. Beautiful. This is a beautiful. This is probably one of the most beautiful backgrounds we've ever had. I think I saw fireflies for like the first time ever in real life at Spring Royale.
Was it a magical moment for you?
It was cool. I was like, whoa, what's that? And it was a Firefly, and I saw them in front of me, and I've never seen that in my entire life, only in like movies and television.
Yeah, I was going to be like, man, Amazon drones are getting small now. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are small lights. Is that FAA approved? No, these are it's a very beautiful background. Thank you to production for showing us the full screen there. And yeah, it looks really great. I keep looking back because, you know, we have like, we have two TVs, right? Break the fourth wall here. We have the gameplay over here, and then over here for us, we have like what you guys are seeing right now. And I was like staring at it, and of course, flashing lights, zoomer brain. I go nonverbal. Yeah. I'm like, I got to look at it myself because I'm going to start going into a trance here. But yeah, it looks really nice. The fireflies flying in and out, and the purple sky in the background. Looks good.
And then we do have a third monitor technically here, and you guys at home don't know this, but it's actually just like chess commentators, where it has the Brawlhalla cheat engine, and it actually tells us real time. Like, we can see the input map, and it tells us what they should have done in order to get the hit. Correct. That's how we're able to do and parse through all of those edgeguard situations.
So whenever we say they should have done something, we are 100% right.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yes, absolutely. And that's not coming from us. That's coming from the internal Brawlhalla cheat engine, LLM, powered by Grok and ChatGPT.
That would be quite a great tool, first of all.
No, it wouldn't. You need to stop. You need to stop right now. Thank the heavens. Thank you, Odin. Thank Brawlhalla for us getting into this next game. Woo. And we are seeing Ra1n and 7DLA versus Mounir and Acno. Ra1n and 7 are down 0-2 in this set so far. They're coming into this one seed number 6, and they haven't been able to find the solution just yet to deal with seed number 2 of Mounir and Acno.
Let's see if Ra1n and 7 could hopefully find a more consistent game here and find some activation. But Mounir, just a mean person there, going for the double signature to King.
He's Teska, dude. Yeah, you've got to do it. You have to try it at least once during the set.
That's a chump check for sure there. But fortunately, Ra1n able to jump away from that. But yeah, he definitely was feeling it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely would be too, especially after that last victory that you were able to get. You got to go for something like that to keep the morale high. There's a GC side sig right under that soft platform, right above Ra1n's head. That ended up splitting up the blue team, sending 7 over to the left side. There's a nice dare from Ra1n. Mounir was like right stacked on top of Ra1n, but didn't really know exactly what to do to try and relieve that pressure on Acno, who was stuck over on the wall. There's a sidelight side air. 7 immediately turns around. He doesn't get caught by the side sig from Mounir, and there's the first KO. It's going to be for the blue team.
Oh, there's an unarmed recovery there as they try to find it onto Mounir. Mounir avoiding the sidelight into side air, but a breakdance comes in, hits his own teammate as Ra1n hitting 7, but Acno gets the edge guard with the side air, gets a recovery as well to get the chase out. 7 can't make it back. We find a clean KO, all things considered. You take a little bit of damage for it, but you're happy to find that stock.
I do love that double downer that Ra1n went for. Going for the third one is also a smart idea there, a la Lores style. But then we also saw Acno know that that's coming. He's a spear player himself, so he understands that, which is why, okay, and the scoop! Huge double KO, completely rallying back from the last game that they lost.
Yeah, this should be a blue team game. I'm going to call it here. I think that this is going to be the start of the reverse 3-0 that I had prophesized earlier on. I do think they should win. They can win this set, and they'll have to do it off of a win like this. But Acno and Mounir, they're getting split up right now. A great strategy from the blue team, just giving 7 time to cook on the cannon. Sidelight comes in onto Mounir there. Acno interrupts with a sidelight of his own, and the blue team are just completely running over in the damage, in the stocks. The lead continues to extend for this blue team. They finally find the stock onto Ra1n, but that's Ra1n's first stock.
Yeah, I feel like so far this game, I've seen a little bit of hesitation coming out from Acno on so many different situations, and so he's not able to find some punishes that he might be able to find if he didn't hesitate just that tiny little bit. I think he's a little bit scared so far this game. They won last game. It was really close last game, and then all of a sudden this game changed everything. They're not in the worst spot in the world. They get 7, which they did.
Wait a minute.
Now if they can get Ra1n, things can start to change, but Mounir's still very damaged.
Have to avoid that for sure there. Mounir looking to close in with a downlight, potentially try to find a scoop and a KO side air onto 7. Acno tries to immediately dash, chase dodge forward into a nair, but that'll find the KO at 2v1 now. Acno having to face down a 3-stock lead from the blue team, and 7 is the first one to push that aggression forward. Ra1n takes his spot, 7 getting moved by the soft platform. Acno causing some chaos though as the recovery hits both of their teammates, and going for a D-light into a dodge away read. Side sig doesn't find it there. Recovery again, gets a whiff of Ra1n trying to go for the scoop.
You're gonna do that right in front of his face. You still have another stock to play with. See if 7 can get anything done here by himself. He does hit a D-light neutral air. If we were on a smaller stage, that would have been the KO there, but we're on small fortress, really high ceiling. Ra1n seems like he might take the lead here, and then 7, okay. It was a nice falling side air. That's going to get back 1 in their favor. I think your initial call is exactly right, that they were going to win that game. I don't think it's going to be the momentum shift for the reverse 3. I think this one's going to be a 3-1 in favor of Acno Mounir, but I'm glad you feel that way, and I'm glad I feel this way.
You're fake, man. We're supposed to be a team, man.
Well, you thought the wrong thing. That's you have to. If you thought correctly, then we would be on the same team.
let's see Seven and Ra1n prove me right here. I'm really hoping for them. I'm really pulling for them to win this set here. They still can do it for sure. They have a 1 game here. But Acno and Mounir, I mean, they're very, very good. And I will give them their credit. I mean, they are a team that I had winning the tournament. So it's not like I don't have any faith in them. But definitely love to see the friends win here in Seven and Ra1n. But we'll see as we get into this next game.
And I just realized that both Mounir and Acno are going into strength stance. So both of them are coming in with 8 strength on this. And when you add in a solid signature kit as well, typically they're designed with high force if you're a high strength legend. It's just so scary.
16 strength team between the two of them is scary. That's something that a lot of people talk about. That's a break point that many people don't want to face down.
There's the down air. A little bit of team damage, even more team damage with the signature. See if they can make something happen here. Nice. Great overlap there. Even though he hit his teammate, he got the stock off of Acno as well, so it was completely worth.
Okay, blue team putting Mounir in a bad spot there, putting him on notice, but they find a little bit of an elevator combo, but they don't quite get the layup they need, and more team damage. A GC haymaker to the off screen, and Ra1n gets a down air there. But
the blast picks up 2 on that as well.
And they get a KO off that. That's a double KO. We go to 2 stocks apiece each.
There's a weapon spawn on the field. Acno grabs it. We're going to be coming in with double gauntlets right out of the gate here on second stocks for the red team.
Oh, wait a minute. Team damage. Ra1n without anything as the sweat beats came out, but he gets hit and he gets his a little bit of drift there to get back to the stage. 7 GC end light. Nice chase dodge downwards, avoiding Acno's reversal. Seven's playing great on the cannon.
He really is.
Yeah.
I said in the beginning that we weren't seeing the cannon stuff that we really want to see from when you're coming in with a cannon in 2v2s, and he's just completely turned that around. Done a great job of adapting. The neutral air to the ground pound just barely gets away from the side air, then a neutral air, then a ground pound, and that's over. 7 on final stock. Red team in the lead. Full team wipe. 1 for Acno, 1 for Mounir. It's 4 stocks to 2, but blue team could find these stocks quickly. D-Light into the recovery. Unfortunately, was unarmed, so he doesn't have the greater strength.
Recoveries again from Seven, who's really a lot of wishful thinking here. Big PJ. Team combo, yeah, a lot of damage.
Now, I think luckily for the blue team, they kind of picked it up while they were really right next to each other. There was even some overlap on that final big signature splash that came out from Mounir.
Okay, recovery comes out onto 7 there, looking for the side air. Acno without a weapon, dodges the end light, immediately dashes off stage to avoid the side light as well, but we find a KO on the other screen. Ra1n finds it onto Mounir. Acno without a weapon. Mounir picks up some gauntlets, looking to create some space for his teammate. Both the red team members looking for the KO. The down signature will be enough to KO, and Ra1n in a 2v1, both the red team members off stage, but only for so long. And yeah, I'll admit I was wrong. I don't think that Ra1n can win this, but it's possible.
I made an easy choice.
Yeah, for sure.
I picked the easiest choice to make of the two. The double weapon toss comes out. Ra1n cannot get back, and there it is. Sealed, signed, and delivered with a 3-1 from Acno and Mounir all the way to Ra1n and 7DLA, who found themselves in the elimination bracket maybe a little bit earlier than they expected, but they definitely didn't expect to face a team like Acno and Mounir this early on this bottom side of the bracket. So that's a really tough opponent for them to run into.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations to them for moving forward. Mounir and Acno will do it. But 7 and Ra1n, I mean, I want to give a big